Hello everyone, welcome back for this week's video. As you know from last time, I'm doing a series on how to find and source great investment properties. Now, last time I spoke to you about the importance of laying a foundation and establishing your criteria and being very, very specific about what it is you are looking for. You don't need to know down to a T, but you do need to have the general parameters of what it is that you're looking for, because only once you have established your own criteria, which will be different from my criteria, which will be different from anybody else's criteria, you have to come up with your own criteria so that you can then assess and analyze whether the potential opportunities that come across your desk are great investment opportunities. Again, I can't say this enough. What is great for me might be horrible for you. What is horrible for you might be great for me, and vice versa. So once you've laid that foundation, once you've established what your criteria are, one of the ways that you can source great investment properties is by just going on Rightmove or Zoopla. So you've got your criteria. You can go onto Rightmove and you can create a profile, and then Rightmove will passively send you all of the properties that fit your criteria. Now, this will give you a potentially long list, depending on where you're looking and what your budget and what your size and bedroom number, specifics of requirements are, but at least it's a place to start. That's how we got started in the beginning. It was literally creating a profile. Rightmove would send us an email every single day with properties that ticked all of those boxes. And then we would just look through all of them, literally just in the email and just at the picture, looking at the location. So we knew sort of generally the addresses that we were or were not interested in, or at least the parts of town we were or weren't interested in. And then based on the location of the property and the price of the property, we could very quickly just knock out a bunch of the results that came up in that email. So having our criteria was so key in being able to quickly vet the properties that came across our desk passively through the online search portals here in the UK. Whether you're in the US or somewhere else, it doesn't matter. I'm sure there are, online portals that I think in New York, there's one called Streetwise. There's Zillow in the States, I know is a big one. So wherever you are, use the portals to your advantage, but don't be, wasting your time by going on every day or when you feel like it or when you think about it, and going and searching, for every day or just sort of haphazardly. In order to do this effectively, it is a numbers game. You need to have hundreds of properties come across your desk in whatever form they come. And the search portals are one of those sources, but you need to have the criteria established beforehand. So when those results come into your inbox, you're not spending hours looking at every single one and saying, oh, does this work? Does this not? You need to establish your parameters and then be very, very militant about ticking things off or scratching things off that don't fit within those parameters. So Rightmove and Zoopla, Zillow, whatever it is, wherever you are, use them to your advantage. Don't be wasting your time going on there whenever you think about it. It is really important to create a profile and then passively get them in your inbox. The benefits, of course, are that you're not constantly searching and you are passively receiving things that fit your criteria in your inbox each day or each week or however often you set your profile to. But then you have to do all of the due diligence from there. Now, one of the ways you can lighten the load a bit is if you have a PA or a virtual assistant, they can then take those results and then whittle them down even further with a list of criteria that you give them, or you can do that for yourself, because obviously, at least here in the UK with Rightmove, the search parameters are generally limited to things like size, number of bedrooms, budget, etc. But there will be other things, more granular things that are important to you when considering whether or not to purchase a property. So whatever it is that is important to you, put as much of that information into your search profile on Rightmove or Zoopla, and then once you get the results, whittle them down even further using your additional criteria. This is why the foundation step is so important, is because if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know when you've seen it. And similarly, if you don't know what you're looking for, you don't know when you're not seeing it, So if over time Rightmove and Zoopla are just not providing you the results that you think you need, then it's time to perhaps consider some of the other ways of sourcing a great investment property, which I will be talking to you about in the next 3 videos. So this week, use your foundation, use your criteria to create profiles on online search portals, passively get properties in your inbox that meet those criteria, and then narrow them down to ones that have potential legs to consider and investigate further and do more due diligence on. If that doesn't seem to be working over time, or in parallel, you can do some of the other 3 things that I will be mentioning to you in following videos. So I look forward to seeing you again. And as always, please leave any comments or suggestions in the comments and suggestions boxes below. And finally, please subscribe to this channel. We'd love to have more subscribers, and you will get alerts, much like the passive alerts you get from the search portals. You'll get alerts in your inbox for whenever there's a new video posted. I hope you have found this content very helpful in just getting started. And I look forward to speaking to you again in a few weeks' time. Bye.